Eto na mga boss, kakapasok ko lang na balita. Grabe si Pia Cayetano, naiyak, tanggal na senator judge sa Senado. Matapos ang mga prosecutor magsalita, huli siyang kasabwat ni BP Sara, booking na kasabwat ni Duterte sa impeachment court. Tara, panoorin natin to.
Over the weekend, medyo nagkaroon ng kalituhan kung ano ba talaga yung naging argument ni Congressman Chel Jokno dun sa oral arguments. Kasi parang merong nilabas na video yung opisina ni Senator Pia Cayetano na ang sabi ng akbayan ni Congressman Jokno is spliced. Kasi parang pinagdugtong-dugtong yung mga sinabi niya para magmukha na fishing expedition yung ginagawa ng prosecution. Meron bang move or meron bang plano ang prosecution about this?
Well, Gab, thank you for pointing that out. No, ang collective na opinion ng prosecution panel dyan ay ito ay nakababahala. No, this is very concerning and alarming. Dahil unang-una, dapat ang impormasyon na makuha ng mga kababayan natin tungkol sa mga nangyayari sa paglitis nito ay accurate. Ano? Dapat kung ano yung mismong nangyayari during the proceedings. Kaya't paulit-ulit kami na inaanyayahan at pinakikiusapan ng mga kababayan natin na hindi umasa sa mga anumang videos na makikita lang nila sa social media kung hindi panoorin mismo accounts na ang paglilitis na to para hindi sila maligaw. Ngayon, ito ay nakakabahala hindi lang dahil maaring magkaroon ng wrong impression ang mga kababayan natin paukol sa ano ang totoong nangyari dito sa oral arguments na to, ano ang naging paliwanag na binigay ng prosecution sa pamamagitan ni Congressman Chel Jokno. But ang mas nakakabahala dito ay baka magbigay ito ng impression sa ating mga kababayan na mayroong members ng impeachment court na nagkaroon na ng prejudgment, pinangunahan na. Dahil makikita natin dito, bukod dun sa pag-edit, dun sa naging exchange during the oral arguments, dun sa video na to, merong text overlay na nakalagay, walang ebidensya. No? Yes, nagbabaka sakali lang, question, walang ebidensya, pero nag-aakusa, something na effect, which is very concerning because pwedeng isipin ng mga ibang tao na meron ng prejudgment, na sinabi na ng prosecution, walang ebidensya. And it could also lead to a perception of impartiality or partiality, when this is very dangerous, because it could erode the people's confidence and trust in our institutions, and no less than this Senate impeachment court, which is a constitutional institution, which is meant to ensure accountability with respect to the highest officials of the land. So, nakakatakot ho yan. But gusto namin klaruhan, we don't want to put any specific member of the impeachment court on the spot. We don't want to call them out. At we don't want to ascribe any negative intentions on the part of anyone. Ang sinasabi lang ho namin dito, dahil maaring marami hong kapaliwanagan dyan. Baka it was an clerical error made by the staff, dahil tingin namin hindi naman ho siguro sasadyain yung ganyang bagay kung sino mang senator judge, But just the same, dahil meron ho tong serious implications, dahil dapat ang mga tao, hindi sila magkaroon ng ganong perception. Dahil ho, ang principle ho dyan, sa lahat ng judge, hindi sapat, that they should be impartial. They should also show the appearance of impartiality. Dahil napakahalaga ho niyan, dapat throughout the proceedings, makikita na ang naging kapasyahan ay nakabatay dun sa batas, sa katotohanan at ebidensya, at mapapakita din na hindi nagkaroon ng pagkiling kahit na anumang panig kahit sinong membro nitong impeachment court.
Sir, can I clarify lang? Ano ba yung, kasi for the information of everybody lang, ano yung sinabi talaga ni Congressman Chel Jokno doon? Hindi siya tungkol ba sa fishing expedition yung ginagawa ng prosecution or pinaliwanag niya lang ba yung fishing?
Pinaliwanag niya yung konsepto ng fishing expedition. And to be accurate about it, nagkaroon na ng official statement dito si Kong Shell Joc, no, kung saan linabas niya ano yung exact na arguments, na words, no, na ginamit niya dito. But maliwanag na hindi niya sinasabi ng prosecution ay nagbabaka sakali lang dito sa mga bank accounts dahil napakaliwanag ang position namin and which he articulated during the oral arguments. Hindi kami nagbabaka sakali na may makita sa mga bank records dahil sigurado kami na merong importanteng impormasyon sa mga bank records na pinasabpina namin sa impeachment court. Bakit kami sigurado? Dahil lumabas na yan sa AMLAC reports kung saan nakita natin na merong 6.7 billion financial transactions involved in the bank accounts of Vice President and her husband. No? So hindi ko kami nagbabaka sakali. Alam namin mismo ano ang mga bank accounts sa ang branch yan, no? Dahil again, nandun ho yun dun sa AMLAC reports.
Dagdagan ko lang din para clear, no. Gaya nung napanood natin, no, personal na napanood natin during the period where the oral arguments was happening in the impeachment court. Sinabi po doon na nasatisfy na ho ng prosecution yung requirements to be able to subpoena certain documents that are confidential. No? One, yung sinasabi nga niya, yung definiteness o specific kasi, sinite doon, itong mga accounts na ito. Ito yung branch, ito yung account number, ito yung kailangan. Second, yung relevance. Bakit relevant yung dokumentong kinakailangan na isabpina? Because it will support the allegations stated in that article of impeachment na kung saan pinapaliwanag natin doon na merong unexplained wealth ang ating pangalawang Pangulo. Kaya napakahalaga nun. And these two requirements have already been satisfied and met by the prosecution panel. Kaya pinayagan po siguro yan ng ating impeachment court.
Sir, sorry, follow-up lang. Quick follow-up lang. Hindi po kayo magmamanifest ang prosecution panel regarding this issue sa impeachment court? Hahayaan lang po ba natin to?
Or sick inhibition.
Sick inhibition po doon kay...
No, we're not asking anyone to voluntarily inhibit themselves. No, again, ayaw namin mag-focus sa personalidad. No, ang sa amin, ang concern namin dito, hindi para to put anyone on the spot, no, or sabihin namin na merong kahit sino man na negative na mga intentions, no, hindi ho yun, no. Tulad ng sabi namin kanina, dahil posible na merong valid explanation for this, no, pwedeng clerical error, baka ho yung mga may handle ng mga social media accounts nito, sila ho nagkamali. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt dahil gusto pa rin ho naming paniwalaan, nananalig kami, they will comply with their obligations under the oath that they took when they became senator judges and under the rules, no, to observe impartiality. So we're not asking anyone to inhibit.
Dagdagan ko din, no. Ayaw naming husgahan, no, yung pagpo-post na yon ng isang senator judge. Ang aming ang ginagawa ay nire-respeto pa rin namin, no. Paring nagkaroon ng oversight o lapse in judgment ng kanyang staff kung kaya't ito'y ina-post. Alam naman po ng ating mga senator judges kung ano yung katotohanan. Yun nga, kaya nga po pinapanawagan namin palagi na magkaroon po sana ng pagsubaybay ang ating mga kababayan nang sa ganun maiwasan yung mga pagkalat nitong mga sinasabing fake news. Kagaya po niyan, nandyan ho tayo lahat and we are all witness to what transpired in that debate or in that argument. Nakita natin na matibay at malakas ang posisyon na pinanindigan ng ating prosecution. And in that light, nakita natin, no, na itong lumalabas na mga video na yan ay taliwas do sa totoong nangyari. Kaya nga yun ang ating and I think alam naman po ng ating mga senator judges yung kanilang sinumpaang tungkulin bilang senator judges. Alam din po nila ang mga probisyon ng ating rules of procedure in impeachment proceedings at dapat tumalima sila rito.
Sir, good afternoon po. Earl Tobias, IBC News. Kay Spokes Ace na lang po ulit, sir. Kasi wala kayong subjudice. Susugan ko lang yung tanong ni Kuya Gab. Bukod kasi sa duffel bag, sir, nung humarap si Ramil Madriaga sa Justice Committee proceedings, sinabi niya na may nangyaring delivery, yung delivery instructions galing kay BP Sara, nangyari po yung delivery December 20, 2022 of 125 million pesos. Sa cheque kanina na pinresenta at pinakonfirm sa witness ninyo, meron ding winidraw at the same day na December 20, 2022 amounting 125 million. And Ramil Madriaga said in his testimony na hindi 11 days na spend ito kundi under 24 hours. Does that also resemble any striking coincidence, sir?
Well, sa aking paniwala, meron, no? Pero we will pursue that point when the prosecution presents another witness that would substantiate yung anggulong yan, no? Sa ngayon kasi, we cannot disclose ano yung legal strategy ng prosecution because pinaghandahan ho nila ito. At darating tayo dun sa point na ipapaliwanag po yan at most likely, we will arrive at that answer to that question.
Understand, Spokes. Kay Spokes Tolosa, sir. Quick one lang po. Yung kaninang pagpe-present sa mga witness ninyo, yun yung susunod pa. Kasi yung kanina na lang po, wag na yung susunod. Tama po ba, ini-establish muna yung money trail na talagang natanggap at napunta sa OVP at otorisado, lahat ng proseso sinunod? Ibig sabihin, nasa kanila muna yung pera, yun po yung ini-establish?
Tama ho yan, no?
Wait lang mga boss, sa lahat ng solid supporter na sumusuporta sa channel na ito, maraming salamat po. Gusto ko lang kayong invite sa bago nating YouTube channel. Nasa comment section yung link ng bago nating YouTube channel. I-click nyo lang yan para makapag-subscribe. Kaya tara, panoorin na ulit natin to.
Dahil dito sa confidential funds, no, as stated in the articles of impeachment, no, ang mga important na facts dito ay makikita na ang Vice Presidente ang nag-request nitong mga confidential funds na to, no? At after the request was granted, no? Tapos ito na ang unang witness natin, which will show that they actually received the cash, the funds, they encashed the check, ano, na issued, no, in favor of their offices. So ang susunod naman dyan na pupuntahan natin is ano ang dineklara, no, na purpose kung saan ginamit itong mga confidential funds na to, no, at makikita naging tama ba ang liquidation, sinundan ba ang proseso, no, under the prevailing rules ng COA for liquidation of confidential funds, ginamit ba ito sa tamang mga purposes, no, at the end of the day sila ang humingi, ang respondent ang humingi ng pera, binigay sa kanya. So siya ang may pananagutan para ipaliwanag niya saan ito napunta. No, at again, to emphasize ang halaga na nasabi kanina ng witness natin, bukod dun sa fact, no, na the requested confidential funds were in fact received by the Office of the Vice President. No, sinabi niya, napakaliwanag, it was unusual, no. Just the fact that the checks were not deposited but encashed, and that this is the first time that she saw such a staggering amount withdrawn. No, the single instance, 125 million. Sabi nga kanina, usual na nakikita niya na mataas, 500,000, and this is obviously way more than that.
Hello po. Possible po ba na yung bags na tinutukoy ni Madriaga at ni Violeta Constantino are the same bags? Kay, ano na lang po, kay Kong Ace?
Yeah, I believe so. It's one and the same. Sa tingin ko, kasi hindi naman pwedeng naglipatan ng bag. No? From the bank, it was placed in a bag. Apparently, it was brought out of the bank. It was given to somebody else, no? And that somebody else could have been maybe Mr. Madriaga. Dahil base sa kanyang affidavit, yung kanyang sinumpaang salaysay, siya ang nag-distribute, no? Nung mga perang supposedly ay intelligence and confidential funds.
Sir, concerned ba na parang may slight discrepancy lang sa description nila ng bag? Kasi yung kay Madriaga, duffel bag yung pagkakadescribe niya. Samantalang kay Violeta Constantino, gym bag, tapos parang sinabi niya na hindi duffel bag. Although, it seems naman na long bag yung tinutukoy nila.
Well, whatever bag that is, basta as long as it can fit in that amount of money, it's not an ordinary small bag, ibig sabihin. So, ibig sabihin, inlagay yan sa isang bag na maaaring kumasya yung sinasabing halaga, no? Merong bag naman o gym bag na maliit, meron din naman gym bag na malaki. Meron din namang duffel bag na malaki at meron din namang sobrang laki. So, I guess, the idea of the money being placed in a bag and given to somebody else for distribution, I think is what is material in this particular issue.
Yun lang po. Thank you.
Hello po. Meron po kasing naging panayam yung isa sa mga abogado ni VP Sara, but outside the impeachment, si Attorney Paolo Paneola. He said that the House prosecution planned to present the alleged bagman, Ramil Madriaga, as a witness would work against in your own case. Ang sabi niya, ayun po, it's a dream for cross-examination. Since nababanggit na po natin ngayon si Ramil Madriaga in this press conference, can you just get a comment on that statement?
Who gave this statement again? Sorry.
Si Attorney Paolo Panelo po. I think it was
I
an
don't
interview.
remember that name being one of the listed
Yes po, hindi po siya lawyer for
prosecutors
the
for the
impeachment.
lawyers for the defense. So not a lawyer?
Yes po. He is a lawyer of for another perjury case ni Ramil Madriaga. But he's not a lawyer. He's not a lawyer from the defense team, sir, but he is a lawyer for a different case handling Madriaga.
Not sure why we're talking about comments of people who have no involvement here, no? But just the same, well, we respect everyone's opinion and let's just see.
Ayan po. Yung isa po, susuwan ko lang yung isang tanong ni Ate Marian kanina. Ano po yung circumstance na magti-trigger sa prosecution na talagang mag-manifest sa korte when it comes to the impartiality of senator judges? Kasi as you've mentioned po, you respect and you don't want to put people on the spot. Pero kung magiging paulit-ulit po ba yung mga circumstance na ito, based on your observations, would that trigger the prosecution to formally manifest it with the impeachment court?
Let's see. But for now, the sentiment is that we'll leave this matter to the discretion of the presiding officer and to the impeachment court as a whole. No? After all, they're the ones who, have the authority to police each other. So we believe in their discretion, no? And we just don't want this issue to cause any delay in the proceedings. So we deemed it best to just, leave it to their discretion.
All right, thank you. Just a reminder, we will give way with the resumption of the trial, but we will accept a few more questions as we still have some time. Let's hear it from Milky.
Quick lang, Attorney Tolosa, any updates sa request ng prosecution on the sequence of evidence information? Thank you.
Well, it appears that the court, already, or the presiding officer decided to just continue with the present order of presentation of evidence because, as we've seen, it was not discussed anymore, upon the start of the hearing today, and prosecution was already directed to start, with our presentation of evidence for the next article, which is Article 1, or confidential funds. And as we've stated in our statement earlier this morning, we will comply with whatever directive this impeachment court issues in this matter. At the end of the day, as we've said, they have the discretion to do that.
Ay, good morning, Congressman Attorney. Kanina po, yung pagsisimula ng trial, yung nangyari po kay Congresswoman De Lima, pinigilan po yung kanyang opening statement. Do you agree po sa ginawa po ni presiding judge sa naging desisyon po nila?
Well, of course, we respect the decision of the presiding officer with respect to this matter. But ang mas mahalaga, the opening statement, it was just supposed to set the tone, kumbaga, to guide the public as to what we could expect with respect to the evidence that will be presented by the prosecution with respect to this matter. But ang mas mahalaga naman dyan, yung mga ebidensya na patuloy na ilalatag ng prosecution kaugnay sa bagay na to.
But Attorney, do you agree na may mali dun nga sa mga sinabi ni Congresswoman De Lima?
I would say that perhaps our understanding is that the prosecution and actually both parties will be allowed to continue to make their opening statements per each article. Our understanding before is that what was prohibited already is the any party making detailed explanation as to why we're already waiving the presentation of any witness. Yun ho ang naging understanding namin noon dun sa nagkaroon ng ganyang ruling. So we thought that it would still be acceptable to give opening statements. After all, makakasagot din naman ang respondent. Pwede din silang magbigay ng opening statement. But just the same, kung iba ang pagpapasya ng impeachment ng presiding officer sa bagay na to, well, again, as we've seen a while ago, we will comply and we will respect that decision. So, ngayong araw, nakita naman natin, nagsimula na tayo sa pagpresenta ng ebidensya paukol sa Article 1. Ito ho yung usapin ng confidential funds na umaabot na kalahating bilyon sa Office of the Vice President and more than 100 million pesos sa Department of Education. Sa naging pagdinig ngayong umaga, mayroon tayong narinig na napaka-importanting detalye magmula sa testigo natin na isang branch manager ng Land Bank. Ulitin natin, itong bagay na ito hindi nanggaling sa prosecution, hindi nanggaling sa politiko, hindi nanggaling sa anumang panig. Ito ay nanggaling sa isang career banker. Nang tinanong siya, ukol dun sa mga naging withdrawals ng funds ng Office of the Vice President, maliwanag ang kanyang naging kasagutan. Ang sabi niya, these withdrawals were unusual. In fact, she even said, she confirmed that she could consider it as a once in a lifetime. Dahil nga sa halos 3 dekada na pagtatrabaho niya dito sa Land Bank, sinabi niya, first time ito na nakakita siya ng cash withdrawal amounting to 125 million pesos. At sinabi din niya, hindi lang unusual yung fact na ganito kalaking amount, pati yung fact na ito ay withdraw at hindi dineposit ang cheque sa isang account. At hindi lang ito isang beses nangyari. 4 beses na nangyari ito doon sa quarterly withdrawals. So, simula pa lang ho ito, at patuloy ho natin pakinggan at subaybayan ang magiging testimonya pa ng mga susunod na testigong iupo natin paukol sa napaka-importanteng bagay na to. Salamat.
Alright, we're ready to accept your questions. Gab, start the ball rolling.
Sir, first question lang po. Kasi may nabanggit po kanina si Bank Manager Constantino na nilagay daw po sa 4 na duffel bag yung mga pera na winidraw, yung 125 million. Curiously, sir, nung hearing sa House Committee on Justice, si Ramil Madriaga, sinabi niya rin na 4 na duffel bag yung pinaglagyan ng pera at nakadivide daw na 3 30 million at isang 35 para 125. Do you think, sir, ito malakas na ebidensya na to prove na nagko-corroborate yung sinabi ni Constantino at ni Madriaga? Kasi si Madriaga, April pa niya sinabi yun Ito, ngayon niya lang sinabi, so nagtugma.
Well, una-una, sana maintindihan mo, kailangan natin mag-ingat doon sa mga kasagutan natin na pwedeng, it could touch on the merits of the case. Since hindi pa naupo na testigo si Madriaga sa pagdinig na to, we will refrain making comments at this time. For now, let's focus on the testimony of the land bank manager, which we just heard this morning, no, na naging maliwanag ang sagot niya. Nakita niya ng personal itong mga cash withdrawals na to, at nung tinanong siya, sinabi niya linagay ito doon sa mga 4 bags which she described earlier.
Dagdagan ko lang yung sagot ni Attorney Jay, no? Wala naman akong subjudice, kaya pwede kong masagot yan. Alam mo, gaya ng sinabi ng ating first witness na yung kanyang nakitang encashment, no, in the amount of 125 million is unusual, no, sa loob ng kanyang 3 dekadang karir o karera sa loob ng land bank. Unusual ito because normally ang mga encashment sa kanila ay hindi naman umaabot ng ganito kalaki, no. Isa yan na dapat ma-emphasize natin. Pangalawa, unusual din, no, na nagkatugma, no, yung testimonya ni Ramil Madriaga at saka nitong ating first witness, who is the bank manager, no. Tama, 4 na bag ni pinaglagyan ng cash, 3 30 million at isang 35 million. At ito ay nakumpirma, no, sa testimonya ngayon ng ating bank manager, na gaya nga ng nabanggit ninyo, nung April pa, sinabi na ito ni Ramil Madriaga. So again, no, there's a striking coincidence, perhaps, we may call it, na merong ganitong klaseng information na naibahagi ang ating bank manager sa ngayon at ang naibahagi din ni Ramil Madriaga nung panahon ng April, nung siya'y humarap sa Kongreso.
Ngayon, ikaw bilang Pilipino,
Sir, yung second
ano ang
question ko
masasabi
medyo
mo
hindi
at
muna
reaksyon
tungkol dito
balitang
sa
ito? Mag-iwan ka ng
confidential
komento mo sa
funds.
ibaba
Kasi nung
at ating pong babasahin isa-isa.